In a problem of limit, we are going to find the value of this given limit. So first of all, we know that this is the sequence, and for every integer n, sine 2n pi plus 1 upon 2n pi is equals to sine 1 upon 2n pi. And we know that for every integer 1 upon 2n pi is very small, so for any small angle, sine theta is equals to theta. So this is 1 upon sine 1 upon 2n pi is 1 upon 2n pi. Since this is a very small quantity, so sine, we know that sine theta is near about theta if theta is very small. Again we have to find out, we are going to find out the value of 2n pi plus 1 upon 2n pi into 1 upon 2n pi. So this is sine, so we have to find out the value of this quantity. So this becomes 2n pi plus 1 upon 2n pi, and this is 1 upon 2n pi, since we have shown that this is equals to near about 1 upon 2n pi. So this is equals to 2n pi into 1 upon 2n pi plus 1 upon 4n square pi square. So this is 1 plus 1 upon 4n square pi square. So this quantity, as n tends to infinity, this quantity 2n pi plus 1 upon 2n pi into sine 2n pi plus 1 upon 2n pi is tends to limit n tends to infinity is equals to limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 upon 4n square pi square. And we know that as n tends to infinity, this 1 upon n square tends to 0. So 1 upon 4n square pi square tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. So this limit is equals to 1. So again we know that sine is continuous function. So sine function is continuous function. So limit n tends to infinity. So limit n tends to infinity sine 2n pi plus 1 upon 2n pi, and this is sine 2n pi plus 1 upon 2n pi is equal to limit n tends to infinity sine, so we can take limit inside the given function since sine is continuous function. So sine limit n tends to infinity 2n pi plus 1 upon 2n pi, and this is sine 2n pi plus 1 upon 2n pi. So we are looking here that this is the value of this limit. We have shown that this limit tends to 1 as n tends to infinity. So the value of this limit is 1. So sine 1. So this is the answer of the problem. So sine 1 is the answer of the problem. So we have solved the above given limit problem. So answer of the sine 1 is the answer of the given problem. So